Murder in the first degree, premeditated homicide, is the most serious charge tried in our criminal courts. You've listened to the testimony, and you've had the law read to you and interpreted as it applies to this case. And now it becomes your duty to try to separate the facts from the fancy. One man is dead. The life of another is at stake. I urge you to deliberate honestly and thoughtfully.
So how's everyone feeling tonight?
Oh yeah.
Ready for it. You ready? Okay, you have an audience under your belt, and I'll get to that in a little bit. We'll talk a little bit about tonight's show and moving forward. First of all, I just want to say thank you. It has been an honor for me to come back and to be able to direct in this community again. You know, community theater is very special, and I hope that you all understand the gem that you have in this community, because not all community theaters are like this, not near like this. A lot of community theaters are very grassroots. They don't have their own building. They don't have a professional staff. The board are the people who direct the shows, that act in the shows. They're usually renting a space. They're clawing for props and costumes and whatever they can get. And what Lacrosse Community Theater over the past, 50-some years has built here has been amazing. And you're very fortunate to have it. But it doesn't exist without all of you and the work that you do and the commitment that you make and the sacrifices that you make to do this. But you also, on the flip side of that, yeah, you don't get paid, but what you get paid in is what you do for the community, right? You get to entertain. By day, you get to do your job, whatever that is, but by night, you get to play. And essentially, that's what it's called. It's a play, right? And you get to play, and you get to enjoy. So I ask you in the next 3 weeks, just enjoy the ride. Enjoy it. Because you put in a lot of hard work to get to this point. And so I hope that you just enjoy it and have a great time, okay? Because you all deserve it, okay? One thing that I ask of you is just to be with each other, okay? Stay true to the work that you've done. You don't need to do any more than what you're doing, okay? There's always a tendency to want to push a little bit or to, you know, get the same reaction. Every night's going to be different. You have to realize that. I'll get into that in a little bit. My goal always when I direct a show, I myself learn things all the time. Every show I direct, I come away learning something new about myself, discoveries, things I could have done better, things that I've learned from by watching you, that you have taught me. And I hope that through this process you have learned something new. I hope that you've discovered something new, because I always believe in teaching. Not just directing, but hopefully teaching. So that you take what you've learned from this production and apply it to the next production. And that you can continue to grow. So I hope you come away with that. That's my goal as a director always. This show would not be where it is today if it wasn't for a couple of people, and so I want to point those out. First of all, Sarah, thank you for your props, and thank you for stepping up. Really, a little card for Sarah, so I want to make sure that I get that for. And wait, I have you get an LCT block too.
Oh!
Don't spend it all in one place, all right?
My wife's buying drinks.
To Dom, our stage manager. This is am I correct? This is the first show you stage manage here, right?
Yeah.
This is where you start. And you get an LCT block too on top of it. But Dom has done great work. Thank you, really, over all the time. Thank you so very much. It's been a pleasure. It's been a pleasure getting to know you, and hopefully we'll stay in touch. And of course, you have a little one on the way, so that's always exciting. Your life is about to change in so many amazing ways.
His name is juror number 13.
And he'll be a very angry juror, too. You thought these guys were angry. Just wait. And then, of course, Chuck. Really, working with an assistant director, I haven't done that often, okay? The last assistant director I worked with was Greg Parmitter. Sound of Music. I directed Sound of Music. Greg was my assistant, and ended up hiring Greg after that. So, I don't know what that means for you.
I don't see a contract over there.
But I have to say, it's been a joy to work with Chuck, and Chuck and Dom in this situation, because it's a unique situation. Anyone here has probably never been involved where the director is commuting in and they're not here accessible all the time. But Chuck and Dom took what I gave them and they just kept working and kept being with you and kept driving it forward. Because those nights that I weren't here, those were valuable, very valuable.
Not to mention the extra nights.
And the extra nights, yes.
More than available.
And the sacrifices that he made. And not only that, but Chuck has a great eye. I mean, Chuck, the stuff that you brought to this production, I am so it wouldn't be as strong as it is if it wasn't for that. It's great having one director, but to have two that are looking at every different angle was so valuable and got you to where you are today. So, Chuck, thank you so very much. Have fun. That's all I can tell you is you have worked so hard. You have a great show. Trust in that and go get them, all right? I'll see you on the other side. Have a great show, gentlemen.
Thank you, Alan. Thank you, Alan.
Oh, you think it's funny, huh? Take it easy. The whole thing's unimportant. Unimportant. You want to try it? No, listen. You're doing a beautiful job. Nobody wants to change.
I've heard enough! Now you just stop all that!
According to the police testimony, the boy was questioned in the kitchen of his apartment while the body of his father was lying on the floor in the bedroom. Do you think you could remember details after an upsetting experience like that?
I'm a little sick of this whole thing already. All this yakking's getting us nowhere. So I'm gonna break it up here. I'm changing my vote to not guilty.
You're what?
That's what this gentleman's been trying to point out. If you'd stop yelling at the top of your lungs all the time, maybe... I wish I were a little younger.
Who the hell are you to tell me that? No. Who is he to tell me that? Sick? Well, look at him. He can hardly stand up. No, I'm speaking my piece here, and you are gonna listen.
Maybe if you just quiet it down.
I will like hell quiet down.
What kind of man are you? You've been sitting here voting guilty along with all the rest because you have baseball tickets burning a hole in your pocket? And now you change your vote because you say you're sick of the talk?
Listen,
no,
buddy.
You have no right to play like this with a man's life. It is a terrible and ugly thing to do. I don't
Now, wait a minute. You can't talk like that to
I
me.
can talk like that